Have you ever thought about how some people can go from having nothing to being rich in just 6 months? What if I told you there's a powerful plan that's been making people who were having trouble with money rich? In this video, we'll show you the steps to a method that has helped people who are seriously struggling with money get rich in record time. Could this be the big step forward you've been looking for? Stay tuned because we're about to share the steps you need to take to go from being broke to rich. In a previous interview with Bloomberg, the billionaire Warren Buffett stated that everyone lives by their habits. There are some of these behaviors that have an impact on your health or your personal life, but there are also those that have an immediate impact on your finances. The majority of the time, individuals are so oblivious to their poor financial habits that they fail to recognize them, which in turn prevents them from ever having the opportunity to become wealthy. The belief held by Warren Buffett is that it is not possible to eradicate negative financial behaviors, but it is simple to replace them with positive ones. There is no other method to multiply the amount of money you have in your life than by doing this. A look at the routines of a billionaire. There is no other billionaire quite like Warren Buffett. Even though he has a net worth of over $16 billion, he lives a rather humble life. Even today, he continues to reside in the same house that he purchased in 1957 for the sum of $31,000. He favors conventional transportation over a private business aircraft, and he loves to play bridge rather than give parties. This unanticipated combination of an enormous wealth and a straightforward way of living is what piques the imagination of people all around the world. When Warren Buffett was a young boy, he started out on the path that would eventually lead him to amass a significant fortune. Door-to-door sales of gum, newspapers, magazines, and Coca-Cola were among the products that he was selling to his neighbors. I enjoy being my own boss, and that is what drew me to the field of print distribution at the beginning. I went about things in my own manner, and nobody troubled me at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, he explained. 500 newspapers were delivered each day, and he received 1 penny for each one. It was always a passion of one of the most successful billionaires on the planet to read. The World Almanac was handed down to him by his aunt, and he continues to carry it with him. It was at his father's office that Warren Buffett read the first book he ever read about personal finance. He continues to spend between 5 and 6 hours per day reading to this day. Despite the fact that the second half of the 20th century was the time period during which Buffett's firm was most actively developing, he is still very much involved in the commercial world in the new millennium. In addition to this, Warren is constantly keeping an eye on the trends that are occurring in the market and is always prepared to offer some helpful advice to others in order to assist them in getting started on the path to enrichment. Habits that have the potential to make you wealthy. Timing is the single most crucial factor to consider when it comes to producing money. It is not necessary to possess a high level of intelligence. All that is required is patience, as Warren Buffett has stated. Warren Buffett is widely recognized as a guru in the world of investments. Nevertheless, in reality, he amassed the majority of his wealth by adhering to the appropriate financial lifestyle. For good reason, Warren is said to as a millionaire who has a profound comprehension of the worth of each and every dollar. Spending wisely. At first look, this practice could appear to be insignificant, but according to studies, more than 65% of people are not aware of how to correctly spend their money. It is something that Warren Buffett has stated on multiple occasions. People have a tendency to think about where they will spend the money that they have not yet earned. This is the situation in which Warren recommends evaluating future purchases not in terms of monetary value, but rather in terms of the amount of hours spent generating that money. Consider the number of hours you put in each month and the amount of money you make as a result of those hours. You should determine how much 1 hour of your effort is worth and then compare that amount to the price of the item that you were interested in purchasing. If your income is $4,000 and you want to purchase a brand new Tesla, which costs at least $40,000, you need to think about whether or not it is worth it. It is possible that it would be more beneficial for you to hunt for extra sources of income before you begin saving up for it. In addition, it is essential to take note that Buffett urges individuals to make plans for all of their income and expenses. The difficulty with having $1 million is that it is a lot of money, regardless of how much money you earn and how much money you spend. You have to make sure that you keep track of it, or else it will simply vanish and you won't even know where it went, adds Buffett. Put your money to work for you. The investing mechanism is something that you need to be familiar with in order to put some of your extra money to work rather than just sitting there at a piggy bank. If you simply maintain your savings, they will decrease over time since inflation will erode the real purchase power of your savings. The money should at the very least be moved into a savings account, where the interest rate is higher than the rate of inflation in order to take preventative measures against this happening. However, this is not a tool that can be used to make money. You must invest your money in order to make money. To accomplish this, however, you will need to think about the many investment opportunities available to you and figure out how to avoid losing your savings. It is not necessary for you to put your money into stocks the following day. Beginning with gaining an understanding of the mechanism of investing itself is the first step, according to Buffett. Spend some time learning the fundamentals of investing on a consistent basis. Instead of scrolling through Facebook or Instagram first thing in the morning, you may begin by viewing the news on the subject you are interested in every day. For some helpful reading, set aside 10 to 20 minutes of your time. Examine the daily events that occur with regard to stocks. In passing, I might mention that the annual stock returns of American technology titans such as Facebook and Google are 30%. It is a wonderful thing that social networks can not only consume a lot of your time, but also bring in a significant amount of money. Working in conditions that are not typical. This piece of advice from Buffett may appear to be very peculiar, despite the fact that the billionaire himself is a big admirer of analyzing the state of the global market while sitting in McDonald's rather than in his office chair. I always get the impression that money is associated with significant issues, which therefore require resolution. In order to accomplish this, Buffett believes that it is necessary to always be able to view things from a new perspective. It is the anecdote that is associated with Albert Einstein that serves as a good validation of his words. Between the years 1905 and 1907, Albert Einstein produced 4 scientific publications that fundamentally altered the basis of modern physics as well as our understanding of space, time, and matter. An intriguing fact is that he did not compose them in a physics laboratory or at his own office. Rather, he did so in the Swiss Patent Office. By working in such a setting, he was able to avoid being overly focused on the procedures used in the laboratory. According to Buffett, when your working conditions are different from those of the majority of people in your field, you are able to draw unexpected conclusions and combine ideas from different fields. You will think the same way as everyone else if you read the same things that everyone else reads. In addition, if you think in the same way that everyone else does, you will not be able to think of anything that is original or novel. Engage in inquisitiveness, look for obscure sources, and investigate topics that no one else has tackled. Then the work that you do will be of genuine value to other people. In the world of finance, Warren Buffett is renowned for his straightforward yet profound understanding. He is of the opinion that people frequently waste their money on things that are completely pointless and insignificant, so obstructing your path to financial success. Getting rid of the following most common financial blunders will allow you to make significant changes to everything and eventually achieve your goal of being wealthy. Don't miss out on life-changing financial tips. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're the first to discover the secrets that could transform your financial future. Join our community and start your journey to wealth today.